Good morning, students. Today our topic is computer system, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about types of hardware. So our focus is on storage devices. So first of all, what is secondary storage device? Secondary storage device basically is also called as external memory or secondary memory or auxiliary memory. So it is a secondary storage device is basically a non-volatile device or memory that holds data until it is deleted or overwritten. So it is a non-volatile memory, means permanent memory, and we can capture data into it until it is deleted or overwritten. So secondary storage device is a permanent secondary storage memory is a permanent memory in a computer system, and it is a non-volatile memory. And the next question is, why does a computer need secondary storage? So it is possible for a computer not to have or use secondary storage. So it is also possible that computer not to have or use secondary storage. The example of this is dumb terminal. However, for most computer and users, secondary storage is required because of the need to permanently store some data to a computer. And without primary storage, if you were working on a document and the power is turned off, everything would be lost because primary storage is temporary. So a computer with secondary storage that saves the file before the power turn off would be able to recover the last saved version of the file. So that's why we require a secondary storage. So three important points are here. First of all, it is also possible to computer do not have a secondary storage. Second thing is, without secondary storage, if we use a computer, then we are not able to save the data into a computer system for further use, and everything is lost as when the power supply is off, if we don't have secondary storage. So these are the example of secondary storage you can see on the screen. Hard disk is an example of secondary storage. This is a hard disk here, and this is external hard disk. We can connect it by USB port directly. So work as secondary storage also, work as a pen drive also. This is a pen drive, and that is SD card used mostly in the mobile phones. Then floppy disk, it is already outdated here, not used nowadays because of their capabilities. They can store data up to 1.4 MB only. And Blu-ray disc, similar to the CDs, but are capable, but they can store data much more than CD and DVDs. These are the pen drive, magnetic tapes, okay, SSD. So these are the types of secondary storage. There is a difference between a primary and secondary storage. The main difference is primary storage or primary memory is basically a volatile memory, while secondary storage memory is a non-volatile memory, means it is, and we can store data permanently into it. Next difference, limited capacity. Primary storage has limited capacity, and we compare it with the secondary storage. We can store much more amount of data in secondary storage as compared to the primary storage because of their capacity. So data save permanently into secondary storage, while we can store data temporarily into primary memory. They are expensive. Primary memory are much more expensive as compared to secondary memory. We can get fast data access using primary storage. When we access the data, means read or write operation on a memory. And next is the most important point, directly accessible to the CPU. Primary storage are directly accessible to the CPU, while we don't able to directly access to the CPU. First of all, our content is copied to the main memory, and then main memory means primary memory and or RAM, Then after this data is goes to CPU, and so primary storage directly accessible to the CPU, but secondary storage content copy to the main memory before being accessed by CPU. That is the difference between primary storage and secondary storage. Now let's talk about them one by one. First of all, floppy disk. This is a secondary storage device, and this is the diagram of a floppy disk. Now it is outdated. So before the use of CD and DVD, floppy disk are most used secondary storage device, in which data can be stored up to 1.4 MB. And it is very small. So a floppy disk is basically a magnetic storage medium for computer system. And the floppy disk is composed of thin, flexible, magnetic disk sealed in a square plastic carrier. You can easily see that it's a square plastic carrier. Okay. In order to read and write data from a floppy disk, a computer system must have a floppy disk drive. Without this, you are not able to read the data of a floppy disk. And a floppy disk is also referred to simply as a floppy. Since the early days of the personal computing, floppy disks were widely used to distribute software, transfer file, and create backup copies of data. So two important points are here. First of all, floppy disk is a magnetic disk, and the floppy disk is composed of a thin and flexible magnetic disk, which is sealed in a square plastic carrier. So these are the different sizes of floppy disk: 3.5, 5, and 5.25, 5, 8-inch floppy disk. The floppy disk these are three different sizes of floppy disk. So using floppy disk, we can distribute our software, transfer file, and they are used to back up the data. And these are the three different sizes of floppy disk that are available in the market. So you can easily see that 5.25 inch diskette whose diameter is 5.14 inch, 5.25 inch, and it is encased in a square, flexible, and vinyl jacket. And 3.5 inch diskette whose diameter is 3.5 inch, and it is encased in a square, hard plastic jacket. Advantage of floppy disk are they are reusable, portable, and handy, and very low price, and they provide random access of data. Disadvantages: not durable, prone to damage, and very low capacities. That is a big disadvantage of floppy disk, that they have very low capacities to store the data. Use: they are used to keep the personal data, keep extra copies of the data, and some advantage are also there. You can carry it with you very easily, and a very limited capacity, only 1.44 MB. That's why they are not popular nowadays, and nowadays they are almost not a part of any computer system, and unlikely to store ICT coursework on one disk. So that is the second disadvantage of floppy disk. So the most common size of the floppy disk is 1.44 MB. Size of the floppy disk is 1.44 MB, which is very small. So these are not used nowadays. Next is a magnetic disk on which a magnetic disk. Next topic is magnetic disk. So what is a magnetic disk? Basically a magnetic disk on which you can store computer data. A hard drive is a non-volatile computer storage device containing magnetic disk or platters rotating at a high speed, and it is a secondary storage device used to store data permanently. And always remember that hard disk is a magnetic disk which store the data on which store the computer data, and hard disk is also a non-volatile computer storage device. So hard disk is a magnetic disk, and hard disk usually consists of several platters, and each platter requires two read-write heads, one for each side, and all the read-write heads are attached to a single access arm so that they cannot move independently, and each platter has the same number of tracks, and tracks location that cut across the all platters is called a cylinder. This is the diagram of a hard disk. You can easily see on the screen. So first of all, hard disk is a magnetic disk, and a hard disk is divided into cylinder, track and sectors. That is the diagram of a hard disk. When we talk about the sector or tracks, then tracks are nothing but only the concentric circles, just like that. These are the concentric circles, and these are called the tracks. Then again, tracks are divided into pi shaded region. Okay, that is the pi shaded region. What you get? That is the pi shaded region. So this is a diagram which shows the track and the sector. So hard disk is divided into different disk, or we can say the different platters. So these are the different platters, 1 2 3 4 platters are there, and these platters are divided into different sectors and tracks. Sectors are nothing but only the concentric circles, while tracks are the pi shaded region. And data, we can write data on the surface of the disk only, on the surface of the platters only. So if there are 4 platters, then there we have 8 surfaces in it, and within the 8 surface we are only able to write data on 6 surface only, because first and last surface is not used. So whatever is the number of surfaces, can store data only the surface number of surfaces -2, that are the read and writable surfaces. Next, the main point is these the hard disk basically are connected to a attached arm, or we can say that access arm, and hard disk basically rotate. These disks are rotated by access arm, so these are connected to access arm, that are the shaft, and shaft is connected to access arm, and then access arm can rotate the disk, and due to rotation you are able to read and write data into a hard disk. And next is a cylinder. You can easily see that cylinder. The track of one platter, track of second platter, track of third platter, and track of fourth platter. If we connect all these tracks, then we get a cylinder. So there is a cylinder. You can get also second cylinder, like if you just add second track of first plate, second track of second plate, and second track of third plate. So you can also able to get a cylinder. So this is the uh, diagram of a hard disk. So then now again let us revise the key points. First of all, hard disk is a magnetic disk, and it is a non-volatile memory. It means we can store the data permanently into the hard disk, and it is a second storage device used to store data permanently. And single hard disk usually consists of several platters, means disk, and each platter required two read write heads. So two read write heads are there here. One read write head is there and one read write head is there, means for both the surfaces, and there is no read write head on the top of the disk and at the bottom of the disk. So we are not able to read write data on top of the disk and at the bottom of the disk, one for each side. And all the read write heads are attached to a single access arm so that they can move independently. So single axis arm attached here somehow, and using this data cannot move independently, and each platter has the same number of tracks, and tracks location that cut across all platters is called the cylinders. That is very important. Track location that cut across all platters is called a cylinder. You can easily see that that is a cylinder here. There are many cylinders in it. This is one of them. So tracks location cuts across all platters is called a cylinder. So that is the diagram of a hard disk. An axis arm basically rotate the disk, and when disk are rotated, then you are able to save the data or read or write. You can perform read and write operation on a hard disk. Our next topic is compact disk. Compact disk is basically found out in the optical format, and as far as size is concerned, size is up to from 650 MB up to 1 GB, and disk made of a reflective material. How each bit transfer light of doesn't reflect it determine whether it is a 1 or a 0. And types are CD-ROM, CDR, read-writable CDRW, picture CD, and photos just simply CDs. These are the different types of CDs. The optical discs are the basically compact discs are the optical disc first of all, and full form of the CD is compact disc. They are found out in many different forms. First of all, CD-ROM, only which you can able to read data. CD-write, that is CDR, in which you can write data only once. Rewritable, that is CDRW, and picture CD and photos are just simply called as CDs. And data is stored into it in the forms of 0 and 1s, and the size vary from 650 MB to 1 GB. So these are the points. The compact disc CDs are the optical media. First point. The general CD which we find out, which we take from the market, is around 700 MB capacity, and CD come in variety of forms, that is CD-ROM, CDR, recordable, and CDRW, means read-writable. CD-ROM, CD read-only memory which has data stored on it and it cannot be modified or deleted. So in CD-ROM, data cannot be modified or deleted. In CDR, CD recordable, which can be used to write data on it, but then it cannot be deleted. So you can write data only once. And if the CD is not full, more data can be. If the CD is not full, more data can be added. CDRW means CD rewritable, allow the user to write data and erase it. These are the different types of CDs. Next is digital versatile disk, also called as DVD. So DVDs look like the same as that of the CD, and also data can be stored in the this type of storage device also work on the optical medium. So it is an optical storage device that looks the same as that of the compact disc. The only difference is in the terms of the density of the data. We can store much data as compared to the CD. And DVDs are widely used for storing and viewing moving and other data. And DVDs comes into three varieties. DVD-ROM means read-only memory, DVD read-only memory, DVD-R means DVD recordable, and DVD RW means DVD rewritable. So three important words are there. First of all, DVD is an optical storage device. Second thing, uh, they are widely used for storing and viewing movies and other data. And third important thing, they are in three comes in three varieties: DVD ROM, DVD R means recordable, and DVD RW means rewritable. Now, sir, the question which is most frequently asked: how much data can a DVD hold? So, generally, DVD hold data up to 4.7 GB, but it depends on the type of the DVD also. There are different types of DVD available in the market. There are single-sided single layer, single-sided double layer, this type of double-sided single layer, and double-sided double layer. So these are the different types of DVDs, and according to that type, storage capacities also differ. So one of the most common DVDs is the single-sided single layer disc. Then they are capable of holding 4.7 GB data. Then single-sided double layer disc is capable of holding between 8.5 to 8.7 GB data. The double-sided single layer disc is capable of holding 9.4 GB data, and the double-sided double layer disc is capable of holding up to 17.08 GB data. So these are the different size, and most common size of DVD is 4.7 GB. Next is Blu-ray disc. Blu-ray disc is the successor of DVD. Blu-ray disc is the successor to DVD, and the format names comes from the fact that blue laser reads from and writes to the disc rather than the red laser of DVD players. And Blu-ray can store much more data in the same 12 centimeter space. And these days, Blu-ray disc of capacity 25 GB, 50 GB are commonly available. So three main things are there. First of all, Blu-ray disc is also a optical disc. Second thing is Blu-ray disc is a successor to a DVD, and Blu-ray disc coming to the size of the Blu-ray disc are basically from 25 GB to 50 GB that are most commonly used, and even they can store much data depend on the type of the Blu-ray disc. So the density is much more higher as compared to the density of data is much more higher as compared to the DVD, and as far as concept is concerned, so blue laser is used in Blu-ray disc, while in DVD a red laser is used to read and write the data. So that is the difference between Blu-ray disc and DVD. So the basic difference is in the terms of capacity. Blu-ray disc store much more data as compared to the DVD, first thing. And as far as technology is concerned, blue laser is used in Blu-ray disc while red laser is used in DVD. And the size of both of the type of optical disc are same, that is almost 12 centimeters. So the density of the data is much more higher in Blu-ray disc as compared to digital versatile disc. And digital versatile disc is first of all, digital versatile disc is called the digital versatile disc because we can store different types of data in it, such as sound, audio file, text files, video files. But at the early stage, DVD is also DVD store data only of video file. We can store data only in the forms of videos. So at that point of time, they are called the um, digital video disk. Okay, so wait a minute. These are the different characteristics of a Blu-ray disc here. Single layer 25 GB, we can store data up to 25 GB. Dual layer, we can store data up to 50 GB. Diameter 125 millimeter, thickness 1.2 millimeter, and center hole diameter 15 millimeter, and user blue laser of wavelength up to 400 nanometer. So these are the characteristics of a Blu-ray disc. Now this is the diagram of CD, DVD and Blu-ray disc. So you can easily see that all of them are optical disc, and density of Blu-ray disc is much more higher than that of the DVD, and density of DVD is much more higher than that of the CD. So CD generally store data up to 700 MB, DVD store up to 1.7 GB, and Blu-ray disc up to 25 GB generally. When referring to a round CD, DVD or Blu-ray, it is known as disc, DISC, and not as a disc. And when referring to a magnetic media like a floppy disk or a hard disk drive, it is called as a disk, DISK, not a disk. So that is a tip, a small point, important point regarding to CD, DVD and hard disk. So generally we call hard disk, spelling of the hard disk, we use spelling of disk is disk in that case of hard disk, but in case of CD, DVD we just use DISC, disk. So these so these are some points regarding to storage device. I hope now you are able to understand all the basic concept of storage devices. So let us take a quick revision. First of all, secondary storage device is also called as auxiliary memory, and we use a secondary storage device because these are permanent memory, and we can store data permanently into a computer system. These are the different types of secondary memories: pen drive, SD card, CD, DVD, magnetic tape, hard disk. Difference between primary and secondary memory: primary memory is much more faster than that of the secondary memory, less expensive as compared to the secondary memory, and data stored temporarily into primary memory storage, while we can store data permanently into secondary storage. And the most important point, primary storage directly accessible to the CPU, while in case of secondary storage, contents copied to the main memory before being accessed by CPU. Then floppy disk. Floppy disk is a type of magnetic disk, and these are the most common sizes of a floppy disk, and they can store data up to 1.44 MB. So that's why they are not used nowadays, because it is a very small data here, and they are portable. This is the main advantage of using a floppy disk. Then magnetic disk. The most common example of magnetic disk is a hard disk, which can store the data permanently. Hard disk basically divides into different platters. Platters are again divided into cylinders. Cylinders are again divided into sectors, and sectors are divided into tracks. So this is the basic composition of a hard disk, and we are able to store data, or we are able to read and write data in a hard disk when axis arm rotate the disk of platters. So sectors are the concentric circles, and tracks are the pie shaded region. when we connect, you can easily see the here connect different tracks of each platters at the same position, we can also able to find out the cylinder. So there are different cylinders, you can easily see here, and we are not able to read and write data on the first surface of a disk and the last surface of a disk. And data, we can read and write data only on the surface of the disk, not inside of the disk. And the surface of a disk are basically coated with a magnetic material. Next is compact disk, also known as a CD. The most common size is 700 MB. And there are different types of CDs. CD-ROM means CD read only memory, CD write, CD recordable, CDR, and CD read writes. Next is a DVD, also known as digital versatile disc, earlier known as a digital video disc. And they are also come in the different forms such as DVD read, DVD recordable, and DVD read writable, and most common size is 17.08 GB. Next is Blu-ray disc. Blu-ray disc is a successor of a DVD, and they can store data up to 50 GB. Most common size is 25 GB. And a red laser is used in it, while in DVD blue laser is used. In Blu-ray disc, blue laser is used, that's why they are called the Blu-ray disc, and while in DVD a red laser is used. So these are the key features or characteristics of a Blu-ray disc, and that is a diagram of Blu-ray disc. So thanks for watching this video.